So, Ram has packed up her life into... Is it like a footlocker? Is it in a duffel bag?
It's like an old army duffel bag.
How much of it is clothing versus weapons?
Oh, she's covered in weapons. You didn't even notice them because she was using them to like hold up dried plants and like to prop things up. She flips the table, and underneath the table is just like so many blades and knives like stashed under the table.
I think Helena might have attempted to help you pack, having seen how much weaponry you usually have stashed everywhere. I don't know if you let her, though.
No, I give you one very stern look. Do not touch.
I just go back to the table and sit with my hands folded on the table where you can see them. And then we start the very long walk back to the ship, and Johan and Daxton, I'm curious, what are the two of you doing as Helena's gone to collect Ram?
Daxton is very methodically setting up their room. They have a room because it's customary, and they do like having some personal space, but it is setting out like little belongings and things, all either very utilitarian or completely nostalgic. Like there's no in between. Little rock that student once gave me versus alarm clock that only has one button, stuff like that. So like very, very opposite ends of those two feelings. So it's just spending a lot of time like putting everything exactly in its place.
Johan, in the meantime, has settled with probably reading material. It's very clearly a pulpy sci-fi novel or something along those lines, like a pulpy adventure, swinging through the branches type of thing, dealing with like, I don't know, some sort of powerful evil alien or something like that. And I'm flipping through that and kind of thinking to myself that, oh, this is the kind of stuff I haven't interfaced with in a long time, and it's fine. I don't know if I missed it purely, but it's fine. So I keep looking over to look at the belongings because the book is just not hooking me the way it used to.
It's just not quite as exciting if you've lived it.
Yeah, like I used to. These were the books I found in my bunk when I was still on the ship, and like some of them had been probably scooped out at some point down the line and left there.
This is just a grassy plains, kind of empty planets. It's just quiet and dusty between the very distant farming communities. And we're just walking, and I'm like, how did you find me? I know it's old hideout, but who talked?
Honestly, I've used some of the other hideouts, and when I didn't find you there, I figured maybe you had gone here. I did try a few other places as well when I was trying to find you.
Process of elimination. Smart.
Yes. Also, I was a little relieved when I didn't find you before I found the others.
Still owe you one hit.
I know, and I feel I can't tell if I'm relieved it hasn't happened yet, or if it's just making me more nervous.
It's good. Keeps you on your toes.
I think I'm going to have a lot of that in the near future. Although I don't know if I know how to not be on my toes. It's difficult when you grow up in a place where you're regularly expecting a knife in the back.
Sounds like home.
I was about to say, at least you'd be nice enough to be upfront about it.
Oh, yes. And I bang my shield a little, and I'm like, the Karazu will stab you in the front.
That's probably more comforting than it should be. But I've accepted the fact that my reactions to things are not normal. The way I handle things is different.
Ram just kind of does one-shouldered shrug. I just accepted a long time ago that humans don't make much sense. So complicated.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it.
Somewhere Daxton agrees.
Helena just starts telling the story of some of like the low-level shenanigans that she has gotten caught up in the recent years. She's trying to lay low, but she does like, oh, there's something up with like this courier service thing, and it's like, oh yeah, this is like a smuggling operation. She just like very casually from the shadows just set it up to be dismantled.
See? Complicated.
Exactly. I mean, there's some things that I, don't particularly care if people get up to, but when you're taking things that could be actual, like, helpful medication and turning it into some sort of party supplement, I just know that's not okay. Also, I was bored.
Ah, the real answer.
It's a little bit of both.
Well, you will not have time to be bored soon.
Nope. But hopefully this will be the end of it.
We walk on.
Yeah, that's you say that like as we're approaching the ship. And we come on board, and Johan, Daxton, are you still hanging out in your quarters, or are you interacting with each other?
I think at this point, at least Daxton has kind of made it to a more common space. Maybe like they don't really have to eat, being an android, but I think again maybe like the cafeteria or like an observing deck or something.
Yeah, I've tossed the book, and I think an issue I might still have, and we're probably going to explore it in a future scene, is I'm not quite sure how to talk to Daxton, because I think there's a little bit of lingering, like, I don't know about you still. I think there's something a little off, and I'm trying to work through that, so I'm trying to be in a space with you, but I've also been in a space where I'm expected to be quiet most of the time, and whenever I speak, it's like a very grand and important moment with a lot of enunciation, and so I have been relatively silent with the occasional single word answers to questions, but with a lot of expressive body. Like, I feel like I'm talking with my hands a lot.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think Daxton is just very casually rambling on about something. I think having been in the position of like a teacher and lecturer for so long, I think they've just kind of felt comfortable just kind of like talking to someone and just like having that person listen. So is just going on maybe about like the ship and what's changed since the last time we've been on it, and what kind of things we might be seeing soon, and wondering how things are going to go. Just kind of like very, very casually, that mode.
Reminder, this isn't the ship we used to travel on. It's a very similar style of ship, but yeah.
I think this one is smaller because the other one had a larger crew. This one is like a same style, smaller.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got it from like the same company, but it's like a 2-door sedan versus a mom van.
Right. Hatchback.
It's a hatchback.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So talking about the differences between old ship and new ship then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, just for us, because I think our character descriptions were in our intro scenes, what's everyone look like real quick?
As we all are in the mess hall together.
Johan is medium build, very intense eyes, has a bunch of small square like rune tattoos all the way up the arm and across the back as well. So they're usually wearing some sort of vest and sort of like ending in comfortable pants and with like a pack or something like that. Almost like a tactical D&D monk, if that strikes any chords. Like, it's a space tactical D&D monk. And a good smattering of these small like tattooed blue runes are just red, glowing kind of neon red, and they occasionally give off a little bit of steam.
Yeah, I think you would describe that it's around it's on your shoulder.
It's all the ones on the shoulder, and for the most part, these are all representing the crew that we lost, and it's almost 200, I believe, is the number I gave.
Yeah, you dropped like 160.
Yeah, to fully realize the canon, there were other ships there with us, yeah.
I don't know if there was other ships or we just had a bigger crew, but only a small portion of us like entered the space, but we exited via a different ship. and no one was ever seen again.
Yeah, and like knowing that means that I know that they're all in some sort of weird, horrible, semi-alive limbo state, which haunts me. Because I got real edgy with this one, y'all. It was a lot of fun.
Yes,
I love it.
the
I love it.
edge.
Yeah. Immediately slammed me with, hi, here's all the pain and suffering I've been dealing with, but like only a fraction of it. You should feel bad.
Yeah, enjoy some empathy weaponized against you. I felt very funny about that. But yeah, that's Johan. And Johan is tan kind of skin tone. Head is shaved, if I recall correctly. And sort of straddling the line of androgynous with slightly more masculine traits.
Daxton is tall and slender with like a pale green skin. You can just kind of like barely tell that it's green. Like in the right light, you can just see that hue. And definitely wears a very clean-cut uniform. I don't know if it's necessarily the uniform of like a particular faction. I think it's just something that they feel comfortable in, something that is designated like for them specifically. So not necessarily like, oh, this is for a particular job or group, but just something that it is their uniform with high collar and 2 rows of buttons, like very like double-breasted kind of scenario, with pockets everywhere, and carries himself, I don't want to say stiffly, the way that a person who's taken like a lot of etiquette and posture classes would carry themselves, but still with grace.
Cool. Ram is a giant woman, like a refrigerator, tall, square. Her people are plant people, the Karazu. They don't really have gender, but they use she, her, just because they all consider each other sisters and mothers and daughters. And she's green. If you look close, she's clearly made of plant material. Dark eyes, very square face. She had very, very long pothos hair that she dramatically cut off in the intro. So now it is short pothos hair, vines. And I think, because I'm sure the ship gives some kind of announcement if the door is open, but you hear very familiar, very heavy footsteps.
Ram is not subtle, unless she specifically wants to be, I think. Then baby.
As we hear those footsteps, it seems the captain was successful in her venture.
Oh. I'm glad I didn't place any money on it. I would have lost.
I could have told you the odds a little bit more specifically if I actually knew the situation a little bit better. I actually don't know. It's perhaps better I don't know right now.
Daxton, that's the fun of gambling. You don't know.
But then how would you know? No, maybe that's just an intricacy of your mind that I don't think I would like gambling.
Fair enough. I know I'm very devoted to my beliefs, but, our storytelling traditions are relatively hazy on taking risks.
Please don't get Daxton into gambling.
I think it could work wonders for our financial capabilities.
We are gone one day and you are building gambling ring?
We're not building anything.
I have no doubt they'd be very good about it. I just don't know how they would feel about it. Although you're right on the financial solution.
We can discuss the ethical quandaries over tea, I'm sure.
Ram is just standing, taking up the whole doorway.
I picture Helena tall, but kind of like willowy, kind of lanky.
Yeah.
So she's just like up on her tiptoes with her head poking up over Ram's shoulder. Because Ram has not moved from the doorway to let her in.
I think despite being very intense, Johan might be the shortest member of the crew?
Possibly.
Small and intense.
In order from shortest to tallest, it's Johan. And I don't know if Daxton or Helena would be taller, and then obviously Ram.
Yeah, for all the height truthers out there.
Actually, correction. Helena comes in through a different door y'all didn't know was there. I couldn't quite see over her shoulder, sorry.
Oh.
But this is everyone.
Crew's looking a little slim.
Quite the different scenario than last time.
Helena finds you as well.
I think that was fairly easy to find.
I thought I was, But then again, I assumed Helena was dead, so I didn't think I would need to hide from a ghost.
That's also fair. I guess I'm not surprised, but I was, interested in the situation when it happened.
And Helena is a very determined ghost.
That would make the good title of a novel.
Good point. Well, as I mentioned to you all, the job's not quite done. Seen signs that, well, yes, we were able to stop that consciousness. It's starting to wake up again. And I think Father's still trying to find it.
If your father is after it, could be problem.
I have no doubt that it will be, but not as big of a problem as if he gets it.
So, we go. Get there first.
That's the plan.
Don't tell me our plan is to rush there first. And that's it.
Oh, yes, definitely going to need to pick up some supplies. Both so we can get to the center and so we can stop the hive mind once and for all. Lots of guns, lots of explosives, protective stuff.
Lots of explosives. I feel like that's only part of what we need.
I was thinking the explosives are part of a backup plan. I have a couple ideas how to effectively kill this thing. But if we aren't able to do that, perhaps blowing up the whole structure that it's in, it'll at least weaken it. Enough to maybe someone else can come along, but I'm not going to ask you all to put your lives on the line for that worst case scenario, but if it comes down to it, I can be the one to push that button.
I give you the strangest look. If anyone is going to be blowing things up, I think it will be me. But maybe we get there before we decide who is blowing things up.
One step at a time, then supplies, then travel.
Yes. Lovely.
I do know where the stash is, where we can equip ourselves quite well. Take a while to get there, but we can get almost everything we need in one place. And what we can't find there, we can trade for.
Good. I'm glad I didn't take vows of nonviolence.
If you had, I wouldn't have invited you.
Oh.
Just 'cause that feels rude.
In some other universe, there's a me that's in a different space entirely. But supplies it is. Let's go.
Okay, everyone stand up.
Stay seated out of almost like spite. And I look around. Why?
New team. Have to stand up.
All right.
We're not a new team.
We're the same
We've
team.
done this.
We're just older, more brutal.
Wiser, older.
Jury's still out on wiser.
Helena's giving Johan and Daxton a look of like, come on, just go with it.
I make a
Just
big
go
show
with it. You
out
know
of
it'll make
standing
her
up.
happy.
Just a stretch.
For the record, I have no issue standing. I was simply curious for the reason. And Daxton stands.
New team. How nice.
All right, and I don't touch you guys, but just my size, I kind of like get us in a little circle,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, and it takes a second, like maybe longer than I was expecting it to take. And you're the only one who's ever, I think you're the only one who's ever seen this, Helena, but flowers bloom in my palms, and they're white with like lots of little frilly pistils and stamens in the middle. And I'm just like, and I clap my hands together, and it's just poof. And you're all covered in golden white glitter. And I just, and I shake my hands, and the petals just fall away like they weren't there. There. Now we are all one crew again, after being dead.
Helena very pointedly stopped breathing just before you clap your hands together, so she doesn't sneeze in the middle of this.
I do. There was no indication that this was going to happen. All of the stoic, like, coiled rage just, like, melts into, like, horrible sneezes. Just, if I could make myself sneeze on command, I'd love to, but just... What? No!
Helena just, like, pats you gently on the back. Don't worry, the allergy attack goes away after a few seconds.
You knew this was going to happen. The tiny betrayals, Helena, the tiny ones.
Tradition.
I didn't know she was going to do it this time. Also, you slapped me in the brain with guilt, so I think we're even now.
Those are not equivalent.
You slapped Helena in the brain?
No, that would be quite brutal and not at all efficient to my tastes. No, It was more like I displayed a form of empathy through one of my psychic tattoos. It's a whole thing. I was feeling very petty in that moment. I was in the middle of a service when Helena showed up.
I love that Ram's disappointed.
Was hoping you had actually slapped her in my brain. All right. That's fair.
There's still time. We have journeys left.
There is still time. And I whack Helena real hard on the back. And it's just poof glitter.
It's just like more. No! Why is there more?
Just stop breathing through your nose until you're out of this room.
But how can I quietly seethe if I cannot breathe through my nose? Again!
There.
That sounds like a personal problem. What skill issue have you would like to look at it?
Just coiled with rage again.
Something about this has Helena back to snark. So as we begin the journey to this supply stash that I don't think Helena will ever straight up admit who it belongs to.
Who can say?
What do people do? What do people talk about? What are those first few days like?
So awkward. Ram does a lot of kind of counter to her nature. You don't remember her. She used to be very still and calm and would hang out under the grow lights in the greenhouse section of the ship or by the bay windows. She's pacing. So it's just these heavy footsteps up and down whatever areas there are that she can pace. And if she's not pacing, she is sitting with her feet in the dirt under the artificial sunlight.
Just staring.
Are you pacing like in the greenhouse garden area or like just elsewhere on the ship?
If this game had insight rolls, it's almost like she's nervous. No, but she's just pacing. Like she's making a show like she's checking out the ship.
Got it.
And like judging it, making little judgy comments for Helena to hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these welds. Poorly done. But she's definitely pacing when in the past she wouldn't have done that.
Daxton is spending time doing menial tasks. I think that's what keeps them calm. Is in various rooms like supplies, like checking things off, like looking through the manifest, checking engine rooms, just making sure that everything's running okay, all that kind of stuff. But every time Ram walks by, like pacing the halls, they call out a number of how many times Ram has passed by them. 73, 123, 157.
I take a step backwards and lean in the door. Didn't ask you to count.
No, but I figured it might be helpful for you to know how much you're moving around. It seems... I don't recall you walking this much last time, and if you would like to know the number of passes that you've made around the ship, if you're trying to count laps, or if you have any interest in your personal statistics, that might help.
Huh. It was more than 160?
Yes.
And I come into the galley and very purposefully like pour a glass of water and like sit very heavily to make a point that now I'm not pacing.
I think I've been in the galley with some tea. And I look up from the tea. Is this a conversation, or are you just here to avoid a different confrontation?
Daxton says I'm walking too much, so I'm sitting.
To be fair, I did not say you were walking too much. I said you were walking more than normal.
Oh, we can't do anything on this ship anymore, it seems.
You can do whatever you'd like. I'm simply stating facts.
I think I'm like tensing up because I know that there's some previous tension between me and Ram, so I was not expecting Ram to just sit in front of me. Well, so good to have the family back together. The way we drink water and stare pointedly at one another. So fun.
What is different? Hair. Where is your hair?
Yes, I shaved it. It's gone. Really committed back into my religious practice. Seeing mass death will do that. Yours is, I'll be honest, it's different.
Did not need it. Not where we're going.
I suppose I was on the same boat.
Daxton is the same.
I've had a few system upgrades in the interstitial time.
The same.
Did Daxton just follow Ram into the
Also
med
in the
bay?
galley?
Not in the med bay, the mess hall?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, you just followed Ram.
As Ram was walking away, Daxton just followed, assuming that they were having a conversation that they needed to continue.
Oh, this is great.
We all take a long sip.
Which one of you do you think is like the most like just generally perceptive?
I think that's like my job.
Daxton.
Or Daxton in a
Or-
different
it's
way.
It's you two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you two, definitely.
I am not socially perceptive. I am
Yeah.
more like
Situational awareness broader.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's probably Johan.
I think Daxton specifically, you notice Helena's just kind of like standing out in the hallway like she was starting to walk and then heard you all talking and just doesn't want to interrupt, so she's just awkwardly standing in the hallway a couple paces away from the door.
You can join us, Captain. Speaking for everyone, whether or not that should be done.
Just put the tea down. Yes, why not? I'll keep my barbs to a minimum.
She comes in and she's got a tablet in her hand and is just double checking some information, and I like to walk while I look sometimes.
I give Daxton a pointed look, like, see?
The captain's only walked by and does like a quick like mental note. 29 times if you count walking through the galley.
That is less than 160.
Yes.
I didn't take you for the pacing type.
Who is pacing?
You said 100 and something times?
I'm just getting bearings on the ship. Have been planet side all this time.
It's good to do. I'm sorry if I've mentioned something that you're insecure about.
My eyebrow ridge kind of twitches. The Katazu, we do not pace. We survey our surroundings.
I will use different verbiage next time.
I think Helena sat down like maybe at the same table, but like
Far end, yeah.
yeah, but it's less of like an intentional and more of a she got distracted by whatever's on her tablet again and just kind of like sat down and maybe isn't fully paying attention, but she's like focused on something.
So, I was laying low and farming. Where were you two?
Teaching.
Practicing. Delivering people's death stories. Basically what I did before I joined. Or I guess what I was supposed to do before I joined.
That's good. Glad you both did something.
I kind of almost picture Johan as you say that. The red on her shoulder just like gives off. It leaks emotion. What if it starts leaking the feeling of loneliness and isolation?
Ooh, ouch, rude. Ooh, ouch, owie. Yeah, no, I was pretty, like, it was
Oh,
just me and, like, a
boy.
small seaside community. Like, it was pretty quiet.
Oh boy.
These are new. These are some of the stories I've tried to tell. The red ones are the old crew. I can't tell theirs yet.
Well, when this is done, hopefully you can.
That's the goal.
Do you think the other two know enough to know why that's not normal?
I probably haven't mentioned it.
I mean, basic context clues.
Yeah,
that
like context
something
clues
different's going on there.
Yeah, there's context clues that, like, something's up with those. And I do not elaborate into my weird psychic tattoo storytelling cult.
Ram accepted a long time ago that Johan's just kind of weird. Like, even
Also,
by
incredibly
human
valid, yeah.
standards.
Yeah, no, you carry all that intensity in like a coiled spring of a tiny person.
We're all just different flavors of weird. As you all are having this conversation, Helena's just like, okay, good. It's like I thought. Is she still looking at the tablet as there's all this information flowing across it?
Captain?
I've been doing surveys of where the center of the intelligence is. Digging into any information that I can. Just trying to digging through all sorts of scientific research. I've had to give myself a crash course on a lot of things that I still don't fully understand, but I was able to borrow some programs that are helping to better parse the information so I can figure out exactly what's going on with the structure of where the base is. Maybe see if I can figure out what went wrong, how to stop it this time. Just trying to get as much information as I can. I don't think Helena's done any amount of traditional schooling at all.
Yeah. It was all tutors and then all self-taught after, probably.
It's from the
sense.
the school of hard knocks.
Crime school.
Crime
school.
Where
Crime
they teach you
school.
crime.
If there's any of that information that you need help parsing through, I'd be happy to look it over.
Another set of eyes would be wonderful. I've been trying to make sense of this myself for the past few years. Finally started finding some answers, and that's when I started getting this set up, gesturing at the ship around.
I cannot help. Not with... I gesture. Not with all this. You point me at the problem when we get there.
We'll have answers by the time we get there. As much as we can.
I noticed you've been cagey on whose supplies these are. Is there a particular reason for that?
You remember how one of our former friends, one of the ones we left behind, was part of an alternate organization? Translation, part of a different crime family?
Oh, yeah, of course.
This is a stash he told me about. Something that could be used as a failsafe.
So we're stealing.
Technically, he said I could have access to it.
Okay, so it's not stealing.
But would it be stealing in the minds of anyone else who doesn't necessarily know about your prior agreement?
I'm decently confident that no one else in the organization knew about this. He mentioned there was this backup plan if he ever needed to untangle himself.
Well, if you're sure.
Must have trusted you a lot.
He did.
As your father would say, it's only stealing if you get caught.
Well, let's not get caught. It'd be very upsetting to get stuck in the first leg of the relay race you've set us up on.
I've had some time to think about this. That's all I've done, really. And, well, some petty crime, but a girl's gotta do what she's gotta do. I've also been keeping an eye out for the three of you, in case anything unsavory tried to make its way to you. I know my father can be vindictive. Helena does allow Daxton to have access to all of the wide array of information that she's gotten there's a lot of this that's been stolen or copied off of different publicly available archives and then filtered into a couple of
Wildly
definitely
illegal.
definitely hijacked programs that are used for like parsing and analyzing data.
Sick.
She's
Good,
just like,
good.
she needed the answers, and it's like, I didn't know enough about any of this, and I knew I didn't have time to figure it all out. And I had a feeling getting other people involved too early would have let Dad know I was alive, and I just figured it was best to get creative and perhaps frame some less reputable organizations on my way out.
Genuinely curious as to why your creativity always results in crime. And Jackson's saying this like in sincere, like honesty, like is not like trying to make this as a jab, like is genuinely curious.
Well, you know the saying about old habits die hard? This is what I grew up with. This is what I was raised to do. Yes, I've learned many other things, but when you're trying to not let a large criminal organization realize you're still alive, you kind of have to color outside of lots of lines. Just so many lines you have to color outside of.
I will simply pretend I do not know the source of this information. And Daxton walks away, scrolling through the datapad.
I'm amazed that they're still so optimistic. Could have sworn I would have ruined them by now.
What an awful admission to make. And I stand up and I take my tea with me and I leave.
I never claimed to be a good person. Just trying to do something right for once.
Ram fell asleep.
That's fun.
Like sitting
man.
up.
That's great.
Like you sit there for a moment and then there's just this like snore.
That's really great.
Helena does get up to leave, but as she does, she pushes a button on the wall and one of the lights switches to like a plant light. Almost.
Yes.
And she probably just like goes back to her quarters or to find some place to just sit.
Ram is also much older than all of you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I don't know if Helena knows exactly how old you are, but she has a general idea.
How long has it been since the inciting event?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been about 2 or 3 years
Okay.
since you last saw Helena.
Okay. So technically, Daxton is like 7.
Yeah, you were 7. You were fresh off of the assembly line.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I feel like you might have been stolen by someone that works within my family's organization, but I also
You
feel like it
stole
maybe
them.
wasn't on purpose.
Was I a stowaway?
They didn't realize, and Helena's just like, here, no, I'll take this one. I'll take this
You
one.
work for me now.
Okay, this is mine. Come with me. Yep, nope, it's gonna be okay.
She's like, no, you're not gonna go work for that man. You don't need to work with that. No, you're not designed for that.
Ram worked for your father for a long time and was one of Helena's bodyguards, so I was like always around. And then when this zany adventure kicked off, I was like, well, I can't let you go alone because if anything happens to you,
Your dad's going to
Right,
kill
right.
me.
Dad's gonna kill me.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think I specifically ended up joining the crew because I was not ready to dive into my full responsibilities as a speaker.
Oh no!
So
you
I
were
was
running
like-
away.
Yeah, and then I willingly joined back
responsibilities?
because of how devastating it all was.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So we were just having a rollicking space adventure that went
I was like,
bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
It went
yeah.
horribly.
Very bad. Very, very bad.
I loved how tense this was. Oh
Yeah,
my god!
no,
like,
it's-
Yeah.
This is so
I
different.
very much enjoyed just sort of the awkwardness. Also, Helena being snarky.
Yes.
That was fun.
Oh, poor
I
Daxter.
apologize if my accent was all over the place. We'll just go with Ram hasn't been
good.
talking to anybody for 3 years.
I think it sounded great.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You were
My
perfect.
Russian
Mhm.
accent.
I think it was
It's
very
fun.
good.
Vaguely European.
No,
Yeah.
I just went with like higher diction and enunciation, and that's where I'm staying because
Oh,
I'm criminally
Island's
bad at either
pretentious.
using one of 3 accents or forgetting the accent I used.
no, you sound. Everything you said
Yeah.
sounded so scathing. It was
did.
so good. Just like,
did. It was
hello.
great.
I usually play like nice
Oh, it's all
planner
good.
types, so like to be able to be kind of withering is pretty fun.
It's good. You did. It's great. I love. love
it's
the
been
character.
great.
These are like
Just
the opposite vibes of the Mask game. Like,
yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
where I'm only playing a
Very
himbo.
much opposite. A himbo who's doomed.
Yeah, doomed himbo.
doomed.
Doomed.
We're a little doomed in this game,
Ooh.
maybe.
We're like doomed
Maybe.
statistically,
It-
maybe
it-
if we keep failing.
Doom light.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doom Light. Yeah, Doom Light.
Doomed question mark.
Doom?
So I mean, do we want to hop into the just like old times, or do we want to save that, or what are we thinking?
If we
How
could
are we
save
spoons-wise?
that,
Yeah, I think it might be better to
Need-
do that a little later.
I
Sure.
need to eat.
Legit.
Okay, yeah.
What my roommate's hammering.
It's about that time.
That time.
Hammer time.
Yes.
But no, this is.
Ian, I would like to see the baby, though.
Oh, let me go find her. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go find the baby.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me first
Yay. What do
stop
we-
my recording.
Yes. Everyone stop your recordings.